Hey guys, this is Philip Fortenberry with Fatherhood Revolution, and I just wanted to ask you the question, do you know the first sign of a impending relationship problem just as soon as it's cropping up? Well, I can tell you exactly what it is. It's when you start to see your child or your loved one begin to put distance between you and them. They begin to withdraw from you. They go silent on you. That is your first sign that something is wrong. And I've seen so many times where dads would make the mistake and say, well, it's just a phase that he or she's going through, and I think I'm going to give them some space. Don't do it. Go after them. You pursue them, and you ask them this question: have I done something to hurt you? And then you shut up and you listen. Okay? Sometimes you may find that it's somebody else who's hurt them, but I'll tell you, most of the time, if they're withdrawing from you, you're the one who's hurt them. Now, if your child opens up and absolutely nails you to the wall for something you did, let me tell you something. Be slow to speak and long to listen. Because if they open up and they say, Dad, when you did this, what they're about to do is they're giving you a second chance. The greatest gift that I ever received from my son was the day he pointed his finger at me and said, Dad, it's you. I thought the issue was between him and his mom. I was wrong. It was me. I was a hard dad, guilty as charged. But I'll tell you, that day when I told him that I was wrong and that he was right, and I asked him to forgive me, he was in the 6th grade. And he fell into my arms weeping. I got my son back. Now here's the deal. Whenever he withdrew, and I began to notice that there was a problem, and when I confronted him and asked him about him and his mom, and he nailed me to the wall, you see, I was losing my son. I couldn't see that, but Ryan could. And he took a big chance that day, naming me as the offender. He took a big chance pointing his finger at me that day. But it was the greatest gift that I ever received, because I got my son back. And I didn't even realize I was losing him. And so I want you to know, dads, that if you have hurt your children, go after them. Give them permission to tell you how you hurt them. Be long to listen and slow to speak. In the words, I love you, I'm sorry, and please forgive me. Those 3 statements cover a multitude of mistakes, and all of us dads make them. And so, guys, if you don't teach your children to reconcile, and you don't lead in doing that and show them how to do that, and they stay back there, that distance between you and them, don't expect your children to come around in your old age. Don't expect them to bring your grandchildren to you. You're supposed to be the leader, and you need to lead in this. And I don't know what else to tell you other than take accountability, apologize, because the truth is they're hurt, they're hurting, and they deserve our apologies, because there are no perfect dads among us. And so with that, guys, I'm going to sign off, and I just want to again to remind you, don't forget the fatherless kid next door when you go on your family adventures or your adventures with your sons or daughters. This is Philip Fortenberry, Fatherhood Revolution, signing off.